Hello, my YouTubers. Welcome to the debut of NHL preseason action update. The Leafs, the Maple Leafs has won the first game 4-1 against Ottawa, and then lost the second game to Ottawa 4-2. At this time, I'm going to take you to a live press conference of all with some of the players of today's game, and I hope you like. So just give me a minute. Let me share my screen and take you to the the post game interviews, media conference. So just give me a minute. Let's see here. 1 minute. Okay, here's the team post game media availability versus Ottawa Center split squad. And this is 14 minutes and 35 seconds. Here we go. Come on.
Obviously not the result you guys wanted, but how did that feel to get out and play?
Yeah, obviously that third period wasn't ideal, going in with the lead and then losing the game. But you know what, first game's out of the way. It was a long summer, and it felt good just to play hockey again, play against somebody else other than your teammates. Yeah, I thought it went okay.
What are your initial impressions of it? Yarncroke, not just tonight, Michael?
He's a shooter. He's a shooter. Johnny's a very smart player. Gets in those soft spots and he releases the puck really quick, and yeah, he's very smart out there. I think he's a great addition for our team.
Now, what did you know about him before he got here? I mean, he's been around a while, but what did you know?
Yeah, I pretty much that right there. I've always thought he was a smart player, very poised with the puck and can shoot it. He's had a lot of goals, I think, last year and in Calgary when he was there. And yeah, I hope he brings that to us too. So I thought he had a great game today.
What did you think of the double header? I know you only played in one, but how did that affect your day, kind of?
Yeah, it was weird. We were leaving morning skate, and the other guys were coming in to play. And yeah, I mean, that's not ideal, obviously, with the ice conditions, but it was fine. I thought it was fine.
Just 40 minutes and a lot of preseason to be played, but he encouraged by what Samsonov did tonight.
Yeah, he was great for us. I thought he stood tall, shut the door for us. He didn't let one in, and that's all we can ask for him. So I thought he played great, and another great addition.
Does this camp feel any different to you than going in last year?
Yeah, obviously I'm more comfortable with the guys, and I've been here for a year, but I kind of still have the same mentality. As I still have to earn everything every single day, and I can't take a night off or take a shift off. And I just got to keep playing my game and keep building on the success I had last year. I can't get away from that and get comfortable. And that's when your game kind of goes the other way.
Sheldon said it a few times that he wants players who are coming in or new, like you were last year, to pop in camp. How do you felt you popped in camp last year?
Yeah, I think I just, I've said this before, I just stuck to my game. I stuck to what was working when I was playing in Arizona, and I got that call up and just played hard to the net, got to the net, won battles, and put the puck in. So that was the same mentality I came into last year's camp, and then last year throughout the season as well, and that'll be my same mentality coming in this year. And I'm really excited to get this going. I said to Maddie, it's fun to play ice hockey again midway through this game, so I'm excited to play more games and get this season rolling.
What do you think of Jordy Van and Victor Mete so far?
They've been great. They, obviously they both have played a lot of games in the NHL, and it shows, and they're very poised out there, and they make the right play almost all the time. So yeah, I think they've both been great.
How did that feel for you tonight?
I feel great, really happy to be here. I really enjoy with the team, with my teammates, and there's a huge fans here. Thank you for support for me, and I listen everybody, and It's a great time. I feel great. I will get better and better, every day. And we're waiting starting season.
You appear to be comfortable, Ilya. How did you feel in that tonight?
It's good, it's first game. You got some nervous for sure, and but in the second period, more shots and you're more in the game. Like more feeling. But feel good. A little bit tired because it's preseason, but feel good.
How long does it normally take you to get into the full stride for feeling like yourself in that?
Who knows? I don't know. We'll see. Maybe next game. Maybe after a couple of games. Who knows? We'll see.
You talked about nerves a little bit. Were you nervous a little bit waiting in the hallway to go out to skate out there for the first time in that jersey?
I guess I'm nervous in the first skate with the group too. Like it's a normal in a new player in the team. But how I say, I'm really enjoying here. Everybody support. I feel great. But nervous is good for a human.
Did you notice the big cheers you got when you made some big saves? Did you notice the big cheers that you got from the fans when you made some big saves?
I don't understand.
Oh, that's okay. Don't worry about it.
What's on your mask? The design.
Sorry.
Yeah.
In the back. I will be on next game probably.
Oh, you have another one.
Yeah.
What's on that?
A good one.
Oh, we'll see.
What was it like waiting to play your first game as half the team's already playing another game? Was it a weird day for you, just with the one game happening and you're getting ready for the second game?
Yeah, for sure. My work is just to work, every day. And if coach says I will play next game, I will play next game. This is why I'm coming here.
How did that feel out there today?
It was nice to get the first one out of our way so that we can get the win today.
And how about your goals today? Those were some pretty good shots there. Where did they come from?
Yeah, I'm playing with two really good players. A lot of fun to play with those guys, and they kept finding me. So it was a lot of fun.
They've bonded pretty well off the ice and on the ice last season. Can you notice, what do you pick up on their kind of chemistry, Austin and Mike?
Yeah, they're both great players. I'm just trying to keep up and to be honest with you. Yeah, like I said, it was a lot of fun to play those two tonight.
Coach Sheldon Keefe said, there's no better way to get you into this team, feeling good, than to play you with those guys. What does it mean to have a good performance like this for the line in your first kind of taste of game action with a new team?
Yeah, it's always good to play good and to put the puck in the net. But like I said, those two made it easy for me today.
What stood out to you about this day? This room, the atmosphere of the game. What stood out the most about your first game day in Toronto?
Yeah, preseason game, it was pretty much full crowd out there. Can't say I'm used to that, so that was a lot of fun for sure.
What do you think of Ilya Samson out in net today?
Oh, he played great. Unbelievable. He was really good today.
How much do you know about him coming into this game?
Not a whole lot. He wasn't watching before. Young, good goalie on the rise here.
Both your goals came out at this one time with quick shots, and you almost got another one in the post there with Oscar and Mike. Is that something you guys planned beforehand, where you're like, look for me on those shots, or did it just kind of happen that way?
No, I think it just kind of happened that way. If you get open when you play with those two, you get the puck. So yeah, it wasn't the plan.
Your thoughts on the day? Obviously a long day, but did you learn a lot from it?
I don't know how much we learned. I think it's early to make any definitive decisions. I think you want to give it time, let it play out. You have time. So really, to me, when I really look at it, for me, today is sort of the end of training camp. That's the way I look at it. And then we get a day off. Tomorrow we'll come back, and then in my mind we're starting preseason. Like, that's sort of how I've got this separated in my mind. So, today the way it's set up is essentially replacing what would be a scrimmage day if we didn't have games. So, that's really what it's about, is getting guys reps, getting guys minutes, and to do it against an opponent. I think you get that much more out of it in terms of, getting rid of the summer hockey stuff and getting ready to play real hockey. So for from that standpoint, I thought it was a good day for us. I thought, and we wanted to get good minutes for the goaltenders, in particular Shalgren and Samsonov, and I thought both those guys had good days. I think for the most part we get out of it healthy, and guys get lots of good reps. So a much needed day off for the guys tomorrow after a long week. You know, it's not just the 3 days. It's the whole week is long as they're on the ice. They're on the ice before camp even began. So it's been a long week for them. So they need the day off, and then we'll come back at it and shuffle some things around and get to it on Monday.
Specifically, what did you see from Samsonov? And yeah, it's only preseason, but does it help with new team, new environment, that he can go out there and perform the way that he did for his confidence?
Yeah, for sure. You know, I think for any player that's coming in, I mean, look at Järnkrok, just the same. I think any player coming in, you know, if you're a player that's established in the league, these games are tough, right? I mean, because you're trying to find your legs and get comfortable and all that. As I said, it's sort of a scrimmage type of day here today, day 3 of camp, and you're just trying to get through the game. But when you're those guys who are new team, new city, in our building, all those kind of things, it's natural to want to do well. And from that end of it, it puts a little bit of extra emphasis on the game. You know, when really it really shouldn't be, given that it's so early in camp. But it's natural, and I thought those guys did a really good job of you know, doing what they needed to do today. Go out and played well, and they were themselves. And Samsonov looked really strong to me, in particular. A couple of scrambles in and around the net. He looked really strong and composed. Bottom of the net taken care of. So that was good to see. And you know, Järnkrok's a guy that I'm really excited about adding to our team, and I was in the off season, and the early going here between the 2 practice days and today, he's just showing all the things that I have come to respect in his game from watching him over the last couple of years, and even more so this off season. Just an incredibly well-rounded player and smart player that I think is easy to play against. Seems like he's easy to play against. He can pass a puck, he can shoot a puck, he can defend, plays hard. You know, he does a lot of things really well. It's going to help our team.
Well, that release that Shelton had, his ability to find the open ice, those things you were talking about last week, of that skill set to play with Austin or John or wherever you decide to put him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think he's an easy guy to play with in that sense. He's very versatile because he can, not only is he can get open, he can shoot it. He scored some goals in practice the last couple of days that I looked at. So that's an elite shot. And then to see it again today, you know, to get open, get available, to get it off as quick and get it in the net so quick, and then he almost had the third one in dramatic fashion there at the end, which would have been something. But it just shows A, the willingness to shoot, and B, the ability to get it there. So that's positive. You know, I think we've got some good players that can get him the puck in good spots. But that's just part of what he does. Like he's a very important player. He just does so many things well on both sides of the puck.
Apart from the evaluation and the games, what are you going to remember about today? It was a long one.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of it. It was a long day, but it's, you know, I mean, it's a long day, but I'm coaching hockey. Like, it's a pretty good day. It's a nice way to get back into it. I thought we did some good things in terms of involving the Marley staff, and that in itself, I think, broke up the day. It certainly broke up the day for them. They didn't have as big a workload, and gave me some, you know, fresh guys to work with throughout the day, and we were able to split up the workload with the preparation and post-game review and all those kind of things, and that in itself is a good day. I think it's important. It's important to have the 2 staff work really well together. And work closely. You know, through the last couple of camps that we've had with COVID and everything like that, it's, you know, Greg Moore's been around us, but not so much the others. So to have the 2 staffs working in conjunction with each other, I think is an important thing, and that's what I'll take away from the day, is just how the two groups work together. And we have been behind the scenes in a lot of our prep, but today kind of stepped that up on a game day, and that was good to see. And just the fact that we got, you know, 40 players game action today in one day. It allows everybody to take a day off tomorrow. And, you know, in a typical preseason type of schedule, we would come out of the day off and probably at least one group of guys would be playing on Monday. Instead now we'll get another 2 practice days before we play again. And I think that sets up really well.
In terms of your goaltending, I presume Matt Murray would be in the next exhibition game, but how important is Jalgren to the mix in terms of pressing for jobs and having a good camp himself?
Yeah, he's very important. I mean, he's, for good reason. With the arrival of Murray and Samsonov, he's sort of the forgotten guy. But, he's a guy that came in and played really well for us last season at times. And when we were reeling quite a bit in goal for a while there, and we couldn't get any traction, he comes up from the Marlies and sort of stabilized us and allowed us to get confidence and get rolling as a team. So we haven't forgotten about that. We haven't forgotten about him. He goes about his business. So it was good to be able to get him in the net here today. And it is going to be a challenge to get him in the net a lot the rest of the way, just because of the other two guys are going to take on a greater workload. But, it's important that we continue to work with him, and he, gets time with Curtis Sanford, and they, they build out their relationship and all of that, because you never know what the season brings, and you're certainly, the third guy is important, but because of his experience last year and that, he's pushing. He's pushing and wants to do his best to be there when the opportunity may come.
Is the plan to give Murray, I guess, the full 60 on Wednesday, or
no? He'll follow. The way I see it, we'll see how things build up. But right now, our intention is 40 minutes for Murray and 20 for Shalgren.
Do you have a date in mind where you're going to shrink the group a little bit?
Probably not till the last week. The last week where we played those 3 games, so we'll shrink it a little bit there, but up until all of this week, we don't expect there to be any releases.
So that means an intermission of the coaching staff for the next 2 weeks as well.
Well, the Marlies staff, the Marlies camp begins, I think, on the 3rd of October, something like that. So I think this week coming will be the last week we'll have those guys around.
So then Wednesday's going to be, okay, it's an exhibition game, and you're doing what you have to do to kind of evaluate players. But in terms of a night, I mean, it's going to be the 50th anniversary of the Henderson goal. That team is going to be here. Obviously, you weren't born then, but you are a hockey junkie, so you know what that means to the country, to the sport. What's that going to be like, and what does that mean to you to be in the building with all those guys?
Yeah, for me, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a cool moment, and not just, I mean, whether you're born for it or not, like myself, I missed it, but I mean, it was close enough that you're growing up and you're seeing a lot of the stories and the highlights and the games, and you're watching them and all of that. We probably have a good number of players that are playing in the NHL these days that don't know much about it. So I think an opportunity in our building to acknowledge it and reconnect with such an incredible moment in Canadian history and in hockey history, I think is outstanding. So I think it's really cool that we're going to take that opportunity to acknowledge it.
And in Leafs history, given Henderson was a Leaf.
Yeah, certainly. Of course, it's
Okay, that was the Maple Leaf conference after the 2 games. They won the first game 4-1, lost the second game 4-2. So the next game, I think I heard Sheldon Keefe say, was on the Wednesday. I have a few days off. So I'll be back with another NHL preseason update on Wednesday. Okay, this is Jonnywatts reporting for Sports Center. I'll be back Wednesday with another update. Bye for now.